What if the wisest man in history didn't just build an empire? He commanded supernatural forces to do it. A king whose temple housed God's very presence, whose mines flooded his kingdom with unimaginable wealth, and whose legendary ring gave him dominion over demons themselves. Today, we uncover the real story of King Solomon, far beyond the Sunday school version. Welcome back to the Soldiers of Truth. I'm your host, author Lee Wright. We dig deep into biblical truth. No fluff, no compromise. If you're ready to march straight into the hidden realities of Scripture and ancient legend, let's charge forward. Imagine this. Around 970 BCE, the young Solomon, son of the legendary warrior King David and the captivating Bathsheba, claims the throne at just 20 years old. Boom! He inherits a united Israel exploding at the peak of its glory, a golden age bursting with power and promise. God appears to him in a dream and offers anything: riches, long life, victory over enemies. But Solomon? He doesn't chase gold or glory. He asks for one thing: a discerning heart to rule with justice and unmatched wisdom. God is blown away and grants him wisdom greater than any before or since. Word explodes like wildfire. Kings, queens, rulers from distant lands. And most importantly, the Queen of Sheba, with her epic caravan, she had armed herself with the toughest riddles. She leaves utterly stunned, declaring, "The half wasn't even told to me. Your wisdom and splendor surpass every rumor." This is no ordinary king. This is the legendary King Solomon at his blazing peak, wisdom on fire and a massive empire rising. But hold on, there's so much more. First and foremost, his crowning masterpiece, the first temple on Mount Moriah. Construction launches around 966 BCE, and in just 7 intense years, it rises as the ultimate dwelling place of God on earth. No ordinary shrine, this is a blazing vision of divine glory. Walls and ceilings drenched in pure gold that catches the sun like living fire. Towering Lebanese cedar beams filling the air with sacred fragrance. Massive bronze pillars with every sacred furnishing forged from copper out of Solomon's own mines. Let's step deeper. The Holy of Holies, a perfect, awe-inspiring 30-foot cube guarded by colossal golden cherubim with wings spread wide, sheltering the Ark of the Covenant where God's presence dwelled. The main sanctuary stretches like a golden hallway of wonders. Overall, roughly 90 feet long, 30 feet wide, 45 feet high, a compact yet overwhelming beacon of heaven on earth. Phoenician masters lent their skill to the temple's construction, but this was Solomon's bold dream, one of the true wonders of the ancient world. Next, let's talk about the roaring engine behind it all, Solomon's legendary mines. These weren't your ordinary backyard pits. This was hardcore, empire-scale industry detonating in the 10th century BCE. Vast smelting camps belching smoke, towering slag heaps still visible, and deep tunnels carved into rock. And thousands of workers, roaring furnaces with copper flowing like rivers, which was then traded for gold. This wasn't myth. This was the industrial power that made Solomon richer than today's billionaires. The mines fueled the temple, bankrolled the empire, and proved the Bible's account of his wealth wasn't hype, it was an understatement. But the best thing about King Solomon of all, brace yourself, because this is where the story detonates into the supernatural. Deep in ancient forbidden texts, the testament of Solomon and traditions rippling through Jewish, Islamic, and occult sources, emerges the most electrifying secret: the seal of Solomon, the ring itself. God didn't stop at wisdom. He sent Archangel Michael with a ring forged in divine fire, engraved with the unutterable name of God. A symbol so powerful, it's rendered as the ultimate key to unseen realms. With that ring on his finger, Solomon didn't just rule men. He commanded demons, legions of them, jinn, fallen spirits. He bound them by name and then forced them to kneel. He unleashed hell's workforce on the temple, demons slicing stones no human tool could touch, hauling blocks that would crush armies, laboring night and day to erect God's house faster and grander than mortals ever could. Mind-blowing, terrifying, unforgettable. But power like that always exacts a price. Solomon's heart drifted. 700 wives, 300 concubines, foreign princesses forging dark alliances. One by one, they drew him to pagan altars. He built high places to false gods right on the hills overlooking God's city. The man who once asked only for wisdom now burned incense to idols. By 931 BCE, at age 60, the empire lay hollowed out. Treasury drained, people crushed by taxes and labor. Finally, Solomon dies, and the kingdom shatters like glass. Yet even in ruin, Solomon's words live on. His proverbs guiding millions. Ecclesiastes wrestling life's deepest questions. Song of Songs, raw, passionate poetry of love. Timeless, piercing, and still very much alive. So here's the burning question. Was Solomon a hero of unshakable faith? A tragic genius undone by success? Or something far darker, far more extraordinary? A man who once held the keys to heaven and hell? Thank you so much for tuning in to The Soldiers of Truth. This is your host, author Lee Wright. Check out a copy of my book, The Grand Mystic Saga, The Emerald Scepter of Light, Part 1. You can grab it now, link in the description below, and let's keep marching forward together.